there, friends. Welcome back to Second Star to the Left. I'm Michelle, and this is my daughter, Billy.
Hi.
And here's where we share board game reviews, ramblings, and a few wrong turns along the scenic route. On our wrap-up video, we were going to talk about Kickstarters until I looked at the list. Now, back in January, when we were doing our resolutions, we said we were going to play our shelves more, buy less games, and back less Kickstarters.
How's that going?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we are trying to do that. We definitely did not do a no buying ban because that kind of backfired on us.
Oh yeah, super backfired.
And
last time.
as soon as we were done with that, we just bought everything that we had been waiting to buy. So
I think we wound up spending more money than we would have otherwise.
Yeah, that didn't go as we had hoped. So we're just trying to be a little more deliberate with our choices.
Responsible.
We are also going to have a whole bunch more Keep Color Consider videos because not every game that gets brought in will stay in the collection.
It's been a while since we did one of those.
Yeah, and there's just not space for it. So we're going to have to be a little more ruthless with the culling, despite what Billy would prefer.
Yeah.
But what I did notice this month was that we were getting delivery after delivery after delivery, and we hadn't really ordered anything in a while, and that's because all these Kickstarters started rolling in that had been delayed in the last year or so. So what did we get? Okay, let's start with a few. We got Evolution New World, which we have been looking forward to. Evolution and Oceans are some of Billy's favorite games.
Yes, like top of the list.
Of all time, so we're very excited to play that one.
Spoilers for any future lists we do.
Those lists are coming too. So we got Evolution New World, which we have not played yet, but we're looking forward to.
Yes.
We got Final Girl, but we only got the one scenario.
We got from season 2.
It's Outpost some number.
The
but
one
it's
inspired by The Thing.
It's based on The Thing. So if we were going to play any Final Girl, that's what it was going to be. So we got the core box and then that and a bunch of goodies and extras that came with the Kickstarter. Now, if we like that and we are playing more,
we'll branch out.
We might branch out. If it seems like that will be good enough for us for a while, then we were restrained. We were trying to be good, and we just ordered one. We got an adorable card game called Hens, which is kind of set collection and card placement, which we also have not played yet. I'm a big fan of small card games, obviously, and I thought the artwork on this was adorable, and I think it's the kind of game that we can sit down and show to other people who might want to play with us.
It is all adorable with one exception.
What exception?
The predator chicken is a little horrifying.
There is... I'd love to find a picture to show you. There is a predator chicken and it is a little scary. I think that
the rest are all adorable though.
I think that was like a Kickstarter thing, so
probably.
You don't have to use that one. We got Blazon, which I got because I went to grad school for medieval and 18th century literature. Very useful, but
She's a nerd.
But it should be good.
It looks like a really
for
fun
playing
game.
This game.
It looks really fun.
So it's all about heraldry and the symbols in heraldry and set collection to build out those kinds of things. We haven't played it yet. We did watch a bunch of videos on it and then late pledged because we have impulse control problems. But that was a while ago. That was almost a year. We've been better. These are just getting delivered now.
Yes, we certainly don't back anything on impulse these days.
Maybe.
Not while we're setting up for a video or...
That was you.
Yeah, but...
That was you.
You let me.
So to be fair, we do have two separate Kickstarter accounts. One, which has all the board games that either of us want, and one where Billy just backs a billion RPGs.
They're all like zine-sized little indie RPGs, and I don't back like big projects.
But did you or did you not back one while I was setting up the camera?
Yeah, but it was a really cool like ocean planet thing for Mothership. It's called Tide World of Many. It looked neat.
Okay.
You can put up a picture of it.
Okay. Rolling Heights got here, which is a John D. Clare game by AEG, where you actually roll meeples. And I could not resist throwing meeples into a box like it was some weird version of Pass the Pigs. Remember Pass the Pigs? And then getting to use them to do different actions, to build different skyscrapers. That one looks like fun.
Will they know Pass the Pigs?
I don't know.
I don't know how popular that
put up
was.
a picture of Pasta Pigs.
That was before we knew about communities.
Pasta Pigs is a silly little game for like waiting in a restaurant, like that we played when you guys were really little.
Right? Yeah, I was like 10.
You roll 2 pigs and you score based on if they're standing on their snout or laying on their side or. This is ridiculous, but it was great when you were little. It used to just entertain you until
really
the food
fun.
came. Oh, we got Maglev Metro with the maps, and while that game looks really amazing, the maps were the selling feature because we passed on the original back when it first came out.
But then it has like a Mars map and a Disney map and
it's similar but legally
Disney.
distinct from Disney, but it does have a castle
Magical
and a
theme
monorail.
park map.
So we're very excited about that one. It's pick up and deliver game. We got Legacy of You, which is a solo campaign game, which I have played. While I did start over just a couple of times, I did win the first round, so now I want to go back and play more.
Although, no, not the first campaign.
No, just
you only
the
won the first round.
It took me a little while to get things rolling. You had to start
that round over and over.
A couple times.
Yeah.
But I didn't finish it, so
but now it's locked in. It's a legacy game, so you have to...
So it is also a completely resettable legacy game.
My favorite kind of legacy game.
After I play all the way through, all I have to do is sort the cards back out, and you could just start over, and it would be completely different.
That's the best way to do it.
And we got the Kickstarter pack that adds some variants to make it harder. So if you do reset it, going back to those original levels won't feel very, very simple because you have things to add in.
Like Master Mode or whatever in Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, so you can go back.
Play it over again, but all the enemies are way scarier.
Yeah, so I really love that one. That as soon as I knew, because I loved Hadrian's Wall, so as soon as I knew there was going to be this solo legacy game, and it kind of gives me those feels where you're just kind of trading resources and you're trying to build the canal so the town doesn't flood. So there's this threat every time if you haven't built up far enough in the canal and your deck empties and you have to refill, the flood moves one step further. So you always have to keep the barge one step ahead of the flood. So there's a deck building element to it because you can, buy yourself some new villagers when you need to. But also at the end of every little section, the barbarians attack. So if you don't have enough people to fight them or resources to fight them, then you're gonna lose. If the water catches you, then you're gonna lose. If you wind up with a whole row filled with barbarians because you haven't handled them correctly, you're gonna lose.
So you're gonna lose a lot.
But you're either going to win those 6 times in a row, or if you lose 6 times, then it's over.
Has to be in a row?
I don't think it does have to be in a row. Just 6 times, or 6 wins, or 6 losses. I love this, and I will sit down and play it probably again this afternoon. We got Beast, which is a hidden movement game that you can play with 2 people.
Yes, gorgeous art. And it came with little prints of the art.
It did. They gave us little prints of the art as well as what was on the cards and the maps and all of those things. Really excited to learn this one. Excited that we can play it with 2 people, but hoping that we'll get to play it at a higher player count.
I would love to play it with more people. A bunch of hunters, 1 monster.
Because it's either 1v1 or 1v many, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited to play that one. We got Earth, which which is a tableau building game, which I think is going to be very big. I tried to play Earth on BGA, and to all who were in that game with me, I'm very sorry. I got very frustrated with the interface because I don't know the game, and quite often I'm taking turns on my phone on Board Game Arena just because I'm at work, clearly working, not playing board games. Also, that's the only way I can take my turn sometimes, and for this game, if you don't already know how to play it, there was just so much information to parse that I couldn't really do that. So I was kind of just clicking around and hoping that would work. And in some cases it was like, do you want to confirm that you don't want any points this round? And I would go, yeah, okay. But now that I've seen the cards and kind of taken a look at the rule book, I think it'll be much better. And I think once...
It does help to learn rules before you play a game. I've heard this.
Nitpicking. But I do think that once you play in person, going to BGA will be fine. And we got Numpsters, which we made a video for. It's an adorable little game, kind of like Food Chain Island, but different, based on the joke, why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Where you're just having monster numbers eat each other.
Or numpsters, if you will.
Numpsters.
Number monsters.
Absolutely adore this game. Have played it at least a dozen times. So those are all the games that came in. You would think that we don't have a lot more on our list.
You'd be wrong. Actually, I don't think they would think that. They probably know us well enough to know.
All right, Billy, how many games do you think we still have on our list of unfulfilled Kickstarters? We already backed them. We're not looking at them or thinking about them.
Including my RPGs?
No, just board games.
100.
No, we're not insane. We have 34. A little insane.
But after my guess, it seems much more reasonable.
It seems very reasonable. We haven't backed a lot lately, although I did back 2 this month. So we backed Unmatched Adventures, Tales to Amaze.
Which I'm so excited about.
Which is this new variation on Unmatched where you can play solo or cooperative, and there's new mega villains for
Jersey Devils in it. Jersey Devils in it.
We cannot wait for this one. Billy was so excited that she actually convinced us to make our first short. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out.
Yeah.
It's just us being silly about it coming out. And of course we backed Button Shy because they have River Wild and Ancient Realm, which we also made a video for. And we're always going to back Button Shy. That said, 34.
And that's not counting the things I have backed at the moment.
How many RPGs do you have backed?
I don't...
And more importantly, why don't you have a spreadsheet?
See, I don't actually know how many I have backed because... I mean, I know the total I've backed because it's listed on Kickstarter, but I don't know how many are here and how many I'm still waiting on because there's a lot of them.
Spreadsheets are your friend.
Most recently, I backed Cloud Empress, which looks really fun. It's total conversion uses the Mothership engine, and it's based on, like, Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. I have showed you, and you thought it looked cool, trust me.
Okay.
Ecological fantasy role-playing game.
Oh, fun.
Or ecological horror, I believe. It looks really fun.
So how many?
And the art's gorgeous.
So how many do you think you have backed that aren't here?
15 to 20, because they usually come out pretty quick.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's the problem with some of these games. Some of these games are much bigger campaigns. Some I'm not sure that we will ever see because of complications that happened. One of the ones that we're waiting on that I'm very, very excited about is Adventures in Neverland, which we backed quite a while ago. And I know they had some production issues. It looks like they're still moving forward, but it is a giant campaign game based on Neverland, so there was no way I was going to miss out on it.
As you may have guessed, we are fans of Peter Pan.
Most of these, though, are small games. I keep telling myself that, but I do love spreadsheets, and on the spreadsheet, I have a running total, and sometimes that total makes me feel a little bit bad that we have backed all of these when we have this giant shelf over here of games we haven't played. So now we have to start playing through them much quicker.
What even is impulse control?
I don't know. Of the things that are on here that we're really looking forward to, Adventures in Neverland is definitely one of the ones that I would like to get here. The thing is, when I go down the list and say, oh no, which of these were impulse buys? I regret having backed these. There really aren't many that I regret having.
I mean, they're almost all impulse, but you don't regret.
Yeah, but I don't, I'm very excited for every one of these to come. Mm-hmm. I'm not like, we probably should have passed on that. I think there's probably 2, and I'm not going to tell you which 2 they are, but I think there's probably only 2, and even those, when they get here, I'll be very excited.
Yeah.
Fit to Print is coming,
so
which we're extremely excited about.
I didn't get to play it. You got to play it at Gen Con, right?
Yeah, I did, and it's amazing. We went all in on the big fancy castles of Burgundy.
To be fair, we've never owned a copy.
Right, so this is our one and only copy. Honeybuzz Fall Flavors is going to come, and we love Honeybuzz. Can't wait for more of that.
Peoples.
Seas of Havoc is going to come, and we got to take a look at that when we were at PAX.
Yeah. Not PAX East, PAX Unplugged.
At PAX Unplugged. That was amazing. It has little wooden Kraken meeples, so cool. And so excited about that. Septima is going to come with the witches and the witch hunt trials. All of this looks amazing.
Didn't Septima come?
No. The Gig, a dice rolling game about jazz musicians, and jazz is going to show up, and I'm very happy about that. Unmatched storage cubes, which may seem silly to some people, but being able to reach onto the shelf and just grab which character we want to play without unboxing 2 or 3 boxes to play a game, that's going to be a game changer for us. We're trying to slow down on Kickstarters, but the truth is, with that many games coming in, we have not been ordering as many games. We have been very good about not running out to the store and just getting a big giant bag of new games. I'm trying to keep in mind that Gen Con is right around the corner pretty much. I know it's summer, but it'll be here before we know it. And that means more games coming in. So I'm trying to play through all of these games. Then we decide what stays and what goes, because not everything's going straight into the collection. What do you got coming?
One of the ones I'm most excited about is called For Small Creatures Such as We. It is a solo journaling RPG based on one of my favorite books, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. And I actually originally read the book because I saw it in this Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter looked cool. And it said, it's based on this, so I read the book, and now I love the book, and now I'm so excited for the Kickstarter. You are a space captain with a crew of aliens from all over the galaxy with all very different needs. Like you might need underwater sections of your ship for aquatic crewmates or things like that. And it just looks like a lot of fun.
That looks like fun.
It's by Anna Blackwell. I'm also very excited about Dive.
I think I remember you talking about this one.
I showed you. It's another game based on Mothership.
You like that one?
I love Mothership. It's so good. Speaking of the Mothership first edition box set, that's also Kickstarter that's coming. Based on movies like Jaws or The Abyss or Sphere. I remember I went on that spree of watching ocean horror movies.
Trying to torture me.
That's why I did it, because I want to play Dive, and it's based on that kind of thing.
Side note, I do not like to swim in the ocean because the things in the ocean want to bite me.
But that's why I think this is going to be a very effective horror game for you, because not only is it stuff you're actually afraid of, but it's also, you play like modern, regular people, which is something that helps you in RPGs. Like in Call of Cthulhu, you have an easier time hopping into the role of a librarian than a sorcerer.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Quick little side note, though. We went and saw the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, it was so good. I loved it so much.
It was super fun. And no spoilers, but I will say two things. One, it is extremely well cast. And two, if you've ever played D&D, there are so many little Easter eggs in there for you to find spells and references. And it is paced oddly and awkwardly exactly as it should be.
But it feels right because it's a D&D campaign.
As if it were a D&D campaign.
It all feels very natural.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a surprising amount of practical effects and monster makeup, which I really love.
And this is coming from me, someone who does not play D&D unless bribed or threatened.
Right, but it was so much fun. I really hope that it does well enough to for them to do more, or for other studios to make more movies in this style.
It was a lot of fun. Almost made me want to play some. Don't get too crazy, though. We do have a video where Billy tries to convince me to play RPGs. So between my, 34 and Billy's 125. Honestly, this is over years. It's not 34 this year.
Right, yeah. No, I did not back these all this week. This is
over a number of years, and because of COVID and because of shipping issues, a lot of them have been delayed. And I think that's what's happening, why they're just all showing up at one time. Or at least that's what I keep saying when all these boxes show up on the doorstep. How is everyone else doing with Kickstarter? Are you backing a lot of projects? Are you just waiting for them to come to retail? Do you get suckered in by all the stretch goals and minis and... Yes. I think for us, the reason that we don't pass up is kind of early access.
There's some weird part of my brain that when I see stretch goals, it just lights up and I need to back it because I'm like, ooh, exclusive. It's FOMO. FOMO is what does it.
It is.
That's a whole nother topic, though.
I think, too, sometimes these aren't going to get print runs. Some of these games are smaller publishers.
Especially the smaller ones.
That's it.
For the RPGs especially, this could be the only chance to get them in print. Yeah. Rather than as a PDF. For
the bigger companies, this is pretty much a pre-order system, and I look at it that way, and I don't feel bad about that. I'm going to buy it when it comes out.
Like Tales to Amaze.
Yeah, right.
But we want that one so much, I want it in my hands as soon as possible.
I would like it right now. Anyway, let us know what your thoughts are on Kickstarters and GameFound and any other crowdsourced games. Are you able to control that impulse control? Or are you
able to control the impulse control?
Are you able to have some impulse control, or are you a little bit more like us, where sometimes you mean to, but they just get you anyway? Thank you for watching. If you like what you see,
Or if you'd like to keep watching until we get one right,
then please like, subscribe, and share. If you'd like to find us elsewhere on social media, including on our Discord, or watching Billy play some video games on Twitch,
yay!
then all that information will be down below. As always, open tables, open minds, and play yourselves.
Bye!
We got Blazon. Yeah, how do you say it?
You're the medieval person.
Blazon? Yeah, okay.
Don't you have a degree in this?
Yes. Where you have...
You know how to, like, link videos in the corner?
Yes.
So you can say, like, numpsters, and you point up at the...
I always do, but I never know which corner, so I don't point. Because you can't control it. Over here?
Yes.
And we got Numpsters, which we made a video for. Better be my left.
You seem crazy.
I'm crazy. Did you see how many Kickstarters we backed?
Yeah, I actually just backed one that we were setting up.
You can't back them while we're making the video.
Oh, try and stop.
I can.
Ooh, this one's inspired by Thundar the Barbarian.
No more Kickstarters.
Too late. They had me at Thundar.